Hey everybody, it's Operation. Welcome back for more Let's Play Persona 3 The Answer! And in the last episode, we started the adventure. And in this part, it's time for post-commentary. But before that, let's go downstairs and see what awaits us, shall we?
What was that?
Well, that was weird. I wonder what that was. Anywho, yeah. Welcome to post-commentary, where I talk over gameplay I've already recorded and try to think of something interesting to talk about. Yeah, I have not done post-commentary much, so this is kinda weird. So yeah, basically how this works is there's a ton of different doors down here, and once you complete, like, think of each door as a section of Tartarus, and you'll basically have the concept down. It really is basically the same thing. So yeah, there's shadows here, same shadows we've been fighting forever, and yeah, fun stuff. So, there actually is one more bit of voice dialogue to come up, though, where we'll actually explain, Menace's Orgia mode. So, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that.
Oh, I must explain my Orgia mode to you. Just like you, sister, I am able to go into Orgia mode. My limiter will be temporarily disabled. As a result, my offensive capabilities will increase dramatically. However, I won't be able to listen to your orders. Also, Orgia mode only lasts for a short time. I'll eventually overheat and become immobile. It takes time for my systems to cool down again, so it's important to use it only at the right moment. That's all. Do you want me to explain it again? The command to activate Orgia mode can be accessed via tactics. Let me know when you want to use it.
So yeah, Neo Orgia mode. It is Menace's equivalent of Aigis' Orgia mode. It's exactly the same thing, except, when she uses it, attacks that require HP don't use any HP, and attacks that, require SP don't take any SP. So, yeah, if you feel like going through and activating her Orgia mode in every fight, you more or less can never have her run out of a SP. So, kinda cool, I guess. I'm not gonna by any means tell people how to play this game, but do me one favor and yourself a favor. If you're gonna play this game, use Menace in your party. For spoiler reasons, I won't tell you why, but just trust me, do it. When we get there, you'll see why. So yeah, this is fun, right? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna be showing off, everything. As far as every floor, because this is exactly what we were doing in Persona 3, the journey. So, there's no real need. I'm including, like, I basically decided I'll include, like, a floor or two, depending on how long it goes or whatnot, of each section. And then I'll just speed up and play music, and then for the rest of those parts, in that door, I'll just, I don't know, I'll skip to, like, the last floor before the boss or something. Because otherwise, we'll have another 90-part LP on our hand. Well, not really, it's not that long. But, we have quite a long LP on our hand, so yeah, not gonna do that. But, I don't know, I'll show off a bit. I'll show off the first floor or two, then we'll speed up, then we'll fight the boss, and then there'll be, like, one more floor, and then a cutscene, and that'll be it. And, again, I know all this because I've already recorded this. Post-commentary. Fun times. Anyway, the answer, as far as my opinions on the answer, I don't like this mode. I'll be honest with you guys. If you follow me on Twitter or anything, I am not a fan of this mode. It's basically the Tartarus aspect without the social linking parts. Except that There's a couple differences, and they're not very fun differences. So, yeah, one of the differences is there is no longer a compendium. Yeah, remember that thing you used in, whatchamacallit, in the answer, the compendium, to resummon personas you fused or whatnot? That's gone! I hope you didn't like it too much. It's supposed to make it harder or something. But all it ends up doing is making it so you have to retrain the same persona over again. It doesn't really make it harder, it just makes it more annoying. I hate, that's one of the changes I hate. And another change is, you have to manually grind up every persona. So, they'll start with their base level and everything, but you don't get, there's no social links. So, you just have to grind every persona up to level. It is hell. It is absolute hell. I cannot, so yeah, I don't know why they made these design changes. I wish you could have just carried over your, if you could have carried over your social link, like, levels from, the journey, that would have been cool. That'd be great. Just let us continue on like that, put in the compendium, we're all good. I wouldn't mind this mode that much. But because of how much grinding you have to do, and the fact that there's nothing to break it up, there's no social link aspect to break it up, it drags on you like crazy. So, yeah, not a fan. This is only my second time ever playing the answer, but it's just a harder version of the journey because, you know, Persona 3 wasn't hard enough for you. So yeah, fun times. As far as what I'll be talking about in the future videos of this LP, I don't know. I mean, I'll talk to you guys during the boss. Obviously, I can tell you the strategy for beating the boss. But other than that, I don't know. We've seen all this crap before, so I'm not sure what I could really add to it. But yeah, so basically, if you guys have any questions or anything you want answered, yeah, I'll answer them in the next part or next series of parts. So post them in the comments. I'll only be taking them in the comments because that'll be an easy way to keep track of them versus on Twitter or Skype or something like that. It would make it more complicated to try and get them all onto one list. I'm not really expecting any, but because, you know, I have like, I get what, 10, 15 views a video, something like that. So I'm not expecting too many, but hey, if you want to, I don't know, put something Persona related or related to my Sonic Adventure 2 LP that just started, yesterday, so yeah, go ahead and ask any questions you have about that. Just, you know, use reason and I'll answer. So yeah, that was the end of the first floor. I don't know, I'll show off another floor probably. This feels, I like how she said this feels just like Tartarus did. It's exactly the same as Tartarus. Not story wise, mind you, but gameplay wise, it's exactly the same concept. There's shadows patrolling the area, there's stairs to get to, and then there's a boss. It's exactly the same. But yeah. I should have probably I made a list of a couple of things to talk about, but I already covered them, and so I blew by that pretty quick. I don't know, oh, I guess I could, a lot of you guys posted, comments on, whatchamacallit, the update video, and I appreciate that. I read them all, and I replied to all of them that warranted a reply, or had something to reply to. But, yeah, it seemed like, you guys wanted me to do the earlier Persona games, so, yeah, I will say I do plan to do those now. I'm gonna do Golden first, and I have at least one game in between Golden. I don't know if I know I am not doing Golden as LP number 7, but after that I have no idea. So yeah, and then sometime after that I'll do the original trilogy. The first one would be like, I don't know, 12, 14 parts, something like that. So that'd be fun. It would be over pretty quickly. So yeah. Also, something I said before in one of my earlier, I think I said this in my earlier LPs. I know I've said it on Twitter and stuff before, but I said I'd never do 2 LPs at the same time, but yeah, that went out the window, didn't it? Reason for that is I'm cutting like a lot of stuff out of the answer, not story-wise or anything. I'm just cutting a lot of the traversing through floors. Cutting a lot of that stuff out. So yeah, it's gonna be a short LP. There's, I don't know, however many doors there are. 8, 9 doors, something like that. And then there's some bosses after that. So it'd be about, I'm guessing this will be 14, 15 parts, something like that. So I needed a game that was short and I could do alongside it so it wouldn't go so quickly, and so I could, you know, have a buffer to get these videos done, because, oh, let me tell you how much stuff goes into each one of these videos. Basically, for each video you see, it's about 5 or 10 hours worth of gameplay, honestly, between grinding and going back, getting different personas to fuse and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of time going into them, so I needed a buffer in between them, and Sonic Adventure 2 is the perfect buffer because, well, I really don't have to edit them that much. It's just basically, you know, record my commentary while I'm playing the game, and then upload it. Sync it together and upload it, so it's really pretty quick. It gives me time to work on these videos, so yay! But yeah, like I said, they'll just be alternating between these two, so it'll go on for, you know, a reasonable amount of time. So that's why I'm doing 2 LPs at once. It's not going to be a common thing, though. It's just because of how I'm doing the answer. And hey, level up. Level 26 is fun, right? So yeah. As far as difficulty goes, is the answer that much harder than Persona 3? Yes and no-ish. Like I mentioned before, the no compendium thing really sucks. Because of, you know, it makes it harder to fuse personas and stuff, because if you give up a persona to fuse it, it's gone forever. So that's annoying. As far as the actual enemies and stuff, though, they're the same enemies you're fighting in Persona 3's regular campaign. So the enemies aren't any harder, really. The bosses, though, well, the first several are basically what you would find in Persona 3. Basically on hard mode. The equivalent of what you'd find in hard mode of Persona 3. But dang, those later bosses. Oh, there's one boss in particular, if you play this mode, you know what I'm talking about. It's so annoying and so difficult to kill. So, yeah, those last couple, well, there's bosses after them that are easier. It's just, there's like 2 bosses, and I want to say it's the last door. They're really annoying. Yeah, so yeah. But other than that, I don't know. It's not that much harder. It's just much more annoying. This, in case you're wondering, the answer is not included in the Persona 3 portable version of Persona 3. So, yeah, they had the sense to remove it, I guess. But I don't know. I like the story though. The story is pretty good, even though it does start out a bit slow, kind of. But I don't know, you'll see that as we go through it. Still thinking about what I'm going to do for LP number 7, though. Because I don't know if I want to do another RPG. I probably won't do an RPG just because I might do an RPG after it. So, and I'm doing this now, so break from an RPG would probably be nice. And yeah, if you couldn't tell, what I try to do, I'm not swearing I'm going to stay to this. I basically try to do games I think, I don't know, don't give the credit they're deserved or get overlooked, kind of. And, yeah, Persona definitely fits into that category. While it's growing now, it's nowhere near as big as I think it should be in America. Like, in Japan, it's huge. It's arguably the biggest series going in Japan. But as far as here, I don't know. I think it deserves a little bit more credit and a little bit more popularity. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, I don't know why I decided let's just go all rush. But I didn't die, so, you know, it worked, I guess. Yeah, I think Mess does, though. Nope, never mind. It only hit her once. If it hit her twice, he probably still wouldn't have killed her, but still. Oh, something else I should mention. Why am I using Ken and not Junpei? That is a very good question. Junpei, Koromaru, and Mitsuru are not usable at this point. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Yeah, they're not even usable at this point. So, I'm using Ken. I'll be switching him out for Junpei when Junpei gets available, though. So, I'm basically going with the same party I did in Persona 3. You know, the main journey of this game, so. It's just he's not available right now. So, that's why I'm not using Junpei and why I'm using Ken. Trying to think of more things to talk about. Because there's like, how much more of this section to go? Like 12 minutes, but I'll probably at least cut some of that. Or speed up some of that, I mean. Yeah, that's more or less everything I wanted to cover, I think. Yeah, same enemies we've been fighting in Persona 3, so. Yeah, I'm cutting most of it, but each door introduces quote-unquote new enemies, so I'll be showing off a bit like I am here, but. Yeah, if you want to ask any questions or something about an LP or why I did something a certain way and didn't do something another way, leave a comment. Like I said, I'll address it in the next video, because I'm basically recording these commentaries about basically the day before they go up. So it's pretty current commentary, unlike live commentary where it's usually like, I don't know, couple weeks before you actually see it. So yeah, I guess I'll commentate till the end of this battle and then I'll speed up and play music until the boss and one other scene, because there's a bit of the Velvet Room that I want to show off what happens when you first go into the Velvet Room. So I'll show that off, and then we have a boss. So yay, first boss fun times, right? Yeah. Oh, something else I should also mention. I just can't go into Orgia mode anymore. I thought that was self-explanatory, but I might as well mention it. Yeah, she can no longer go into Orgia mode in this part of the game, or in this mode, I should say. So yeah, if you thought you could just put the main character in Orgia mode, you can't. I guess can no longer do that. But you got Menace that can do Orgia mode, so it makes up for it. It really is just the same gameplay as Persona 3. But hey, you guys said you wanted to see it, and I'd be cowarding out or something if I didn't do it, so whatever, I guess. I don't know why that enemies. I don't know why he uses Mipatra. He's dead now, so I don't know. That's basically all I wanted to cover, and I think this kills him. Yep. Okay, cool. He's dead. So yeah, that'll do it for the live commentary for right now. Enjoy this sped up part with a really cool song. I really like this song. It's the remix of Maya's theme for Persona 2, Persona 2's remake. So yeah, enjoy that, and I will see you guys in the Velvet Room for the first line of dialogue. So yeah, see you guys in just a minute.
I sensed something unusual run by just up ahead. I wonder what it was. It seems to have gone down to a lower floor.
Hey guys, welcome back. Or, not welcome back. Welcome me back, I guess. But yeah, showing this off. Basically, there's a save point down here at every floor. But what happens is basically, you can go back to the lobby, which I did, to show off this door. That leads to the Velvet Room, so actually let's show this off first. And I'll talk about the other part in a minute. But yeah, he's basically telling us that we could do fusions, and yeah, we could fuse the same amount of personas the P3 protagonist could. So, yay for that, kind of, I guess, sort of, not really. But yeah, the Velvet Room works the same as it did before, except no compendium, like I said. So, yeah, you can see it right there, no compendium. If you want a list of my personas, there they are. I'm not gonna say them all because you could just see them right there. But yeah, this next boss is actually pretty easy. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty easy boss fight. But it's the first one. It's the first one you can die to anyway, because I was wrong about the Metas thing. So, yay! Time for fun boss fight. Not really. Easy boss fight though. Easy is fun, right?
Multiple shadows confirmed. I think they've been waiting for us. Look! That strange presence is there too.
Who are you, strange man?
Oh! The reaction vanished. Incoming shadows, please be careful.
So yeah, here we go. First actual fight. There's the big one is called Immortal Gigas, and then the three small ones are called the Visceral Mayas. First things first, the Immortal Gigas stats. It's level 29, has 850 HP, strong against Pierce, repels fire, knows electric, weak to wind, knows light, knows dark, has the moves Fatal Wind, Gale Slash, and Dodge Wind. So yeah, it's okay. It's the first boss. You're not gonna be in too much trouble. Unless you were lazy like me and didn't feel like going back out to restore your MP and, you know, running down all the way back down to, you know, have full MP in this boss. So, yay. As far as, for the Visceral Mayas, the smaller enemies in this fight, they repel slash, repel strike, weak to fire, drain electric, no light, no dark, have the moves slash attack, cleave, bash, double fangs, and dodge fire. So yeah, again, not that bad, nothing you really need to worry about, just keep an eye on everyone's HP, hope Yukari is smart with your healing, and you should be a-okay. If you really want to make sure you do fine with this boss, like I said, you can go back to the lobby just like you did in, well, I guess it wasn't the lobby in the main story of Persona 3. But, you know, you just leave the dungeon and you get, you get all your MP and HP restored. So, if you want to do that, you could go back, restore your MP, and then just run through all the enemies. Just run through all the enemies to get back to where you are, save, and then fight the boss. I'm lazy. I didn't feel like doing that. I think I did for a couple bosses. I don't know. But I didn't do it for this fight. But I was victorious, so. Even though it did get kind of scary at the end. But, spoilers, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm that great at post commentary. I don't think I'm great at live commentary. But yeah, these enemies are not that bad, so you should be fine. I do think though that I changed my mind about a couple bosses. So I'm speaking weirdly. But I did change my mind about a couple of the later bosses. There's a couple bosses before the final boss which I think I'll do live commentary for, because at that point it's just you basically are going through a boss rush. It's like a boss at the end of one of the door, a boss at the end of the final door, and then you basically have like 3 boss fights after that, and then the final boss. So those all, I don't think that's really spoilers because I didn't say what they are. But yeah, I think I'll do live commentary for those. So yay, something to look forward to. If you want and you feel gutsy, you could put Metis in Orgia mode. But I didn't. I didn't want to risk her overheating, and these guys are not that bad. There's one boss in the next dungeon coming up though that I'll actually have to explain strategy. But here, there's not that much strategy. Just go after their weaknesses, like I said earlier, and you should be fine. Putting your teammates on knockdown is definitely a good idea. So, yeah, be sure to do that. Yay. As far as this LP goes though, I'll be assuming you either A, played Persona 3 main story, or B, you watched my LP of it, which you should do if, you know, you haven't. Self-promotion. But yeah, I'm assuming you've done that because this is an epilogue to that game, so why would you be watching the epilogue before the main story? So yeah. Thought that goes without saying, but yeah, there's major regular gameplay spoilers for Persona 3 in this LP. So, be sure you watch that first. Although I guess you would have already been spoiled that not everyone dies at the end of P3. One person did. Main character did. As you've already saw in the previous cutscene. Or previous part. Cutscene, I should say. But yeah. Really easy boss fight here. Just don't put Medicine or Orgia mode too quickly and you should be fine. Even though I kinda did put her in Orgia mode too quickly. Because she's gonna overheat, and that's no good. Because just like I guess in the main story, when she overheats, yeah, she's basically useless for like, I don't know how many turns it is. I want to say it's 3, but I could be wrong. As far as leveling in this LP, I'll grind when necessary off screen. I'm not showing any of the fusions or anything because again, it's all the same stuff. So if you want to see all my fusions and stuff, again, previous LP, you saw exactly how I do everything. Nothing's changed in this game, or in this mode of this game, I should say. Yeah, also, bye-bye Metis, you overheated. But yeah, nothing's changed in this mode, so I really didn't feel the need to show off my fusions or anything, because, again, exactly the same as before. Yeah, I have not done many fusions. I don't even think I've done any at this, like, at the point of this fight, or maybe I did one. I don't know. I hadn't done much. In the next part though, I definitely did do one fusion, which I'll talk about, but we're not to that part yet, and I'm rambling, so yay. You could. Well, I mean, I guess the good news is, earlier I was talking about Metis' overheating and how she becomes useless, and now you're going to see firsthand when she overheats, she gets useless, so, you know, good stuff. Good stuff. I always wondered, the main character of, well, one of the main characters of, the Persona 2 games is named Maya. Is these enemies being named Maya a reference to that? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thought that. I don't know if it has any merit or not, anything, but I don't know. I always thought maybe that was a reference. And dang it, Metis, won't you just stop overheating at this point? Seriously, you've been overheating like half this battle lap. Not literally, but it feels like it. And he finally decides to kill her. right on the turn before she would cool down. Thank you for that. But yeah, when they do overheat, you basically want the enemy to attack them. Just because then they're down and you can get them up and you can avoid waiting the, I don't know, however many turns it is of cooldown. But yeah, as you can see, scary times. Ken's dead, but, you know, screw Ken. I'm not using him for the rest of this playthrough anyway. I actually ditched him right after we finished the store. So, I think this kills him if I remember correctly. Yep, you dead. Good job, Metis. Ken's dead, so something good did come of this. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. Some people dislike Ken for some reason. I don't know. I just like him. What was that black shadow? I don't know. We still have a whole rest of the playthrough to figure that part out. But yeah, Ken's dead. You can think of that as a permanent death for this LP if you want, because I don't use them again. Or wait, no, I do use them later for the rest of this door, but I don't use them for another boss fight. So, yeah, as you're seeing now, this door actually acts as a warp point. So, you know how before in the regular game we had those large warp things that you could use to return to that point in the dungeon? Yeah, same concept. Now I'm skipping ahead until the last floor here. Well, the second last floor. Anyway, now we're on the last floor, I think. So, yeah. Skip through to here because, again, it's the same enemies as before, so no need to show it off. There's a few new ones, but again, same thing you fought in Persona 3, so I'm not going to show it off all the time. Because again, we'd have like hour-long episodes, and that's no fun for anyone, right? Right? I don't think you want to see that much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. I'm just showing off this floor so you can see what this section was like. And a couple of the enemies, but again, same thing as Persona 3's main story, so whatever. But showing off a couple floors, no big deal. And apparently I was wrong about that being the last floor. I stayed up, I don't know, how long did I stay up last night? Like 3:34 in the morning? Editing this, so excuse me for forgetting a couple slight details. I did have in my mind those 14 floors, but whatever. I should show going through 3 floors. Oh, feels special. I actually didn't know that there were no more fights in this door, so I was kind of sparing my MP, as you can tell. But yeah, there's no more boss fights. It's just you get to the end and then you get a cutscene, and that'll be the end of the part. So, fun stuff. Good old fun stuff. And dang you, Hands, why didn't you leave me be after the main story of Persona 3? These enemies appear in other games too, though. They appear in Persona 4 and Persona Q. So. Although I don't think I'll ever, I don't know, I won't say I'll never LP Persona Q, but I sure as hell have no way of doing it right now with, because there's no way to record Persona Q gameplay other than just either A, buying a really expensive capture card, or B, whatchamacallit, just pointing a camera at the screen, so. I am too concerned about quality to do that, but yeah, that's a topic for another day. This is what it looks like when you get to the end of a section. It's gold and it's pretty nice, isn't it? I don't know, it's kind of a cool little area. But yeah, that'll do it for this part, guys. Tune back next time for episode 3, and we will be going through the next door in the area. So, I really appreciate you guys for watching and putting up with my horrible post-commentary. But yeah, see you guys then.
A door.
It seems like we've reached the first goal.
This place was bigger than I thought. How many more times we gotta do this?
I don't know for sure, but judging by the Desert of Doors, I'm betting it's not going to be just once or twice.
Ugh, I was afraid you'd say that.
We're looking for the source of our troubles, so logically, it should be at the deepest level.
Then all we can do is keep on going forward until the end.
It's like Tartarus all over again.
The two structures are very similar in some ways.
Not only that, we've got the friggin' shadows wandering around. Jeez, I never thought I'd have to see another one of those. But hey, the Lost are all gone. So how come they're still around?
Another question that needs an answer. Though it's not like we can leave until we find out.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. It's just... After the hell we went through, we finally had some peace. I was determined to keep my eyes on the future and not look back. But now I'm being dragged back to the way things used to be.
Yukari.
Time doesn't flow normally here. It's no surprise you feel that way. You'll find there will be many opportunities to revisit your past here.
What's that supposed to mean? This is... huh? Polonium Mall? But weren't we just inside?
What's going on? Did we make it out somehow?
I don't know. Something seems off. Isn't it kinda hot in here?
You kids.
Kurosawa-san.
What are you doing out here on a weekday? Shouldn't you be in school?
Oh, but it's spring break now.
Spring break? That was a couple months ago. It's June now. What's with those two in costume back there? Is there some sort of event going on?
No, it's,
Well, I'll let it slide. I know you kids are a little different. But if you try to use that as an all-purpose excuse, I'll have to enforce the law. Don't forget.
Jeez.
All the dates displayed here say 2009. That calendar, too. Could the June he mentioned be June of last year?
That's impossible. Are you saying this is the past? Hey, Aige's sister! Hey, are you listening?
Are the things here that interesting to you?
No, not at all. It's all everyday stuff, right? This is a fountain, and that over there is a store.
It's true that I sometimes come here to gaze at the fountain.
Really? Then you feel the same?
But there is something odd about being here. For all of us, not just you. Tell me, what is this place?
We came here by passing through a door, remember? Doors like that are in several places throughout the abyss of time, and each one is connected to the past.
Then, this really is last year?
How else can you explain the different time and season? But it seems you can't go just anywhere in the past, only somewhere from your memories. This looks like a mall. but I don't think it's connected to any place else either.
The past? Oh, man.
It's lucky we found this place. We'll be able to get supplies here. We should be able to use what we can get here until the Abyss of Time disappears. The reason why the door led us here may have something to do with you. The doors may reflect your inner thoughts.
She's taking this pretty well. It's also bewildering to me.
Well, one thing's a relief. At least we won't starve.
So it was that we learned why that place was named the Abyss of Time. A place where you can revisit days gone by. But thinking back on it, it wasn't only the astonishing nature of the place that surprised us. It may be that we all unconsciously saw a kind of salvation.